Good morning. It is currently 3:59. It's 29 out, dang. It's the second, and I have a timer ready, 30 minutes. I want to do, well, let me make sure this shot is good. This is a simple document of reviewing the year. Now I'm kind of late to this. Last I was doing this, it was in the back of the truck as we were going to a market, but I need to finish this. It's very simple. Important though. Important action steps. Review is important. Diverting your focus to the past to gain lessons and insight so that you can come back to the now and fire at the opportunities presented. It's what we're meant to do. You gotta replay your play footage, you know? Like, take out what didn't work and put in more of what did work. It's really that simple. Don't stay in the past or else you're gonna miss out the opportunity. Like, okay, this is generic advice. You're meant to learn from the past, and you're not meant to stay in the future. Future is a reference point, obviously, but you get to that future you want by launching at the opportunities now. It's a new year, another 365 of opportunity, of growth margins, you know? So I'm gonna do this 30 minutes as I showed, but just grabbing a little clip. Showed my boy, actually, David, some clips that were involving him, like post 1 mile run, some goofy stuff, and I just want to keep documenting. Editing's fun, making videos is fun, playing with shots is fun. Why not get the reps? And I know for sure that I gotta keep on speaking, because I don't speak a lot at home, and that's how I got somewhat articulate, and I gotta bring that back and surpass. So let's get to it. POV, you freaking got distracted and you were watching a video you made recently as it uploaded like yesterday, and then you find a guy who was like on your same path and you motivated to like upload again, and they haven't been uploaded for a minute, kind of like same way like you haven't been uploading, and then you see freaking 3 hours ago, new beginning. So what time is it? I've wasted like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm gonna finish this though, I think. All right, I'm saying it right here, right? Yeah. Okay, what's up, y'all? It is 6:02 a.m. Saturday, January 4th. Since the last clips, since the last clips, I think that's right. I'm still getting used to this. That's definitely not right. Okay, so cool. So, since the last clips, I relapsed on the 2nd, and I'm pretty sure at some point, like in the morning of yesterday is kind of one of them 2-part days, right? Unhealthy behavior, and then gets back locked in, you know? I didn't, basically stopped on this on the 2nd, and I picked it back up today, which I can do this live. Completed that. I started this like 5 to 10 minutes late, so it took around an hour. It's not that serious. And I was procrastinating the hell out of it. OBS. Gotta make sure, yeah. I mean, I'll just read over it. How has the year gone? The year has been mediocre with good moments. What went well? I got out of my comfort zone. I met new people. I learned how to stop caring about what people think of me within the context of YouTube, which is partially true because I'm locking myself away and I'm still making YouTube videos, as you know by this, but it's not out in the open YouTube videos. It's ghost uploads via unlisted videos and side footage. So my goal is I come back when I've gotten a first sale, you know, because by that point I've become like a different person, and I've almost made 300 videos of a certain identity that has had enough screen time, if you will. Once I hit a first sale, that means I've been locked in. That means I've been practicing what I preach. Whereas the other identity, yes, he was sharing lessons and insights and regurgitating what he's learned with his own life experience. It's good, it's helped people. I've gotten comments, even DMs of how I've helped people. That's awesome. But I gotta show up for myself, my family, my future family. I can't continue with that identity, basically. And that's why I cut things off. I still want to make YouTube videos, and I still really enjoy making them. It's like super fun to me. It's healthy behavior, as long as it doesn't interfere with more important things. And the documentation is priceless, especially growing in older age. So I somewhat want to have a certain image about me when I come back, you know? So this is half true. I learned to speak better by doing the reps of speaking. I jumped to a place myself. Wait, what? I jumped to a place myself near someone who is. Oh. I placed myself near someone who has actually been successful with making money online. That would be Smith Reeves, flying out to LA on my birthday, with my parents not knowing until I FaceTimed my mom at the freaking terminal and she started crying. What went badly? I didn't try enough. I didn't stay celibate. I didn't really grow with God. Because around when I stopped uploading, I distanced myself from God a good bit. And I'm starting to get back into it. I didn't push to take more action towards making money. This is true. Why? I didn't prioritize these things. I didn't map out action steps, making the bridge from dream to reality via the bridge of prophecy. I didn't program my subconscious and change the roots of my thoughts, which would be my belief systems. I worked it out, but I didn't I identified and I grew awareness towards belief systems and such. But active programming, that's where I was lacking. What lessons? The moments where you were most uncomfortable become your fondest memories. Flying out to LA was out of my comfort zone. The magic is in doing the work you've been avoiding. I've touched on that a couple times out of the entire year, but it's the most blissful, fulfilling feeling. Through sacrificing comforts, you gain the most freedom, happiness, and fulfillment. A holistically healthy baseline feels better than any high from vices. This is also what I was talking about, those flickers of the life we all could be living. You have the dream / goal, starting line, and finish line. You need to conceptualize the in-between, because if not, the unknown will be interpreted as impossible. If you think something is impossible, consciously or unconsciously, you won't even try. So this is part of making action steps and like mapping it all out. Like, you have what you have in your mind is a vision. Okay, that vision is the starting line, and the goal, which is you having that vision as your reality, is the finish line. In between that, you need action steps. Otherwise, well, depending on how worthwhile it is, which if it's more worthwhile, it's even harder and it's even grander and there's more required from you. You can't just have that big gap. It's just massive unknown, and it's my subconscious interprets it as impossible if it's not mapped out. And I also got to work on my subconscious as far as belief systems, as far as like on a subconscious level, knowing it's possible. What habit or system accounted for most of my success? Relationship with God. When I was doing that, it's the foundation for foundations. God giving you the opportunities. He wants you to be with him, not by yourself. And then this is a verse, I forgot what verse, but it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Become the man of the kingdom of God first. Does God not deliver in excess? All these things shall be added onto you. You can be a man of God that has wealth, that has a definition of rich. What are the most valuable ways I spend my time? Working, reflecting, creating, enjoying, being in the moment, and socializing. How can I find more time for this? Build the bridge, the prophecy. You can optimize your day to be highly valuable and highly fulfilling. What brought me the most happiness? There's truly beauty in the work I avoid. There's truly fulfillment in gratitude in creating. How can I help these activities to happen more often? Building the bridge, the game plan, the prophecy. It's just all the action steps. Basically building out your days for like whatever time span. Obviously you need some time span, but like stress comes when you add a time frame to a outcome. And the closer you get to the end of that time frame, the more stress you feel. So it's a tricky process. Who are the people who had the greatest impact on me? Smith Rees, Jaden Smith. Wait, I'm pretty sure his last name is Smith. But JC Dubs, if you don't know, YouTuber. I helped him out. He's helped me out. We became like buddies, basically, creators. And we do calls every now and then. Alex Ramosi, Chris Williamson, Asher, another guy. He found one of my videos. And then I started looking at his stuff, and I motivated him to make his own stuff, start uploading seriously, and he got into the discipline videos, which that's what I was into. Now I have a more holistic perspective and a understanding of recovery, both on the physical and psychological level. I still don't know how to say his damn name. Ashk or Aksh, something like that. But he's like another. He's a guy. He didn't join DRM, but I met him off Discord and we had calls together, catched up every now and then. And after I do this little clip, I gotta open Discord, check everything. Kiwa Maita, he's an SMMA guy. He was in DRM and he was doing calls for people doing SMMA. Now that's since changed, but that's how I met him. He has been through so much. Like, to be 19, 20 and that much what would be seen as a negative life experience, but life experience, which is positive because he's changed and grown from it, and it's made him who he is. It's just insane. He was a cool dude. He's since moved from what is the dang city? Albuquerque. Yeah. Albuquerque. That's where he's like grown up. He's since moved from there to New York and reconnecting with his father, who works hard, and now he's in Dubai, and he went from like 8 to 10K a month to scaling to 50K a month, and he's been killing it. Tate Brothers, obviously. I mean, to see a brotherhood, look at the Tate household. Humor, competence, training. I mean, brotherhood like that is really like every man has that deep within, like they desire that. And obviously God. Though I haven't been consistent with God, God has been consistent with me. How can I see and collaborate with them more? Reach out, intentionally make space for their content, eliminate less important media and exposure. What did I expect to complete, but I didn't? I thought I would be at my first sale making at least a few thousand a month by now. Is this still an important goal of mine? If so, how can I make my future self follow through more likely? This is absolutely still an important goal of mine. I can make the outcome certain by making the input certain. A daily roadmap of everything I need with non-negotiables to keep me on track to actualizing. Least valuable ways of spending my time: video games, porn and edging, short form content, mindless music consumption. Like, everything is unhealthy to a degree because like I'm missing out on attacking the main task. So music can be good in the use of turning my brain off after I've exerted myself for the day. As part of recovery, you need to understand recovery. That's why Hormozy watches Netflix. Like, I watched it's a recent Charlie Morgan video, so it will be uploaded, I believe, on the 3rd is when he uploaded it. And it's like this seminar thing, and he goes over like recovery, and he used to preach the super disciplines thing, but like the more holistic approach is where you get the better performance, which, by the way, recovery is measured by performance. And Charlie Morgan, he went hard for a long time. He also burned out rather frequently and got skinny and sick, all these things. By having the holistic approach, you can maintain metamorphic momentum. There's no stopping. You go hard for like 2 weeks to however long, but then you need to take like a couple weeks off. You've lost momentum in a sense. You know, it's about that consistency, which he has developed a consistency by understanding recovery and the holistic approach. How can I prevent myself from continuing to spend time in these ways? Have everything planned out. Have room for some recovery. Being on your purpose and following God, you won't have to worry about lust in video games. That's just a fact. It's not even really part of you because you're doing what, like, it really is with video games and lust. It's just counterfeit of what you could be, of what you should be pursuing, you know? It's outsourced purpose. It's outsourced. Well, lust is a tricky subject, but being locked on your purpose, you won't have idle time. The lust part, That happens during idle time. That happens with you not chasing your purpose and not having stuff to do. When you're executing all day, one, you're just spent and you can just easily like go to bed and you have it all planned out. You're chilling, right? But also you're in a healthier mindset. You have more willpower because you're executing. Like it's part of the upward spiral. There's upward spirals and downward spirals. How have my goals and priorities shifted over the last few months? Don't worry about the outcomes. Lock in doing the inputs. Don't get caught up in the bias of trying to look disciplined in front of everyone. Take the holistic approach. You can't do it without God. You need a prophecy. Gotta build that bridge. Is there anything I am doing that is no longer in alignment? Procrastination, not working, getting distracted. This only happens when I'm drifting and I haven't taken care of the prophecy. Best surprise, a personal reach out by Smith saying he resonates with me. Best meal would be the Waffle House that was sitting in the fridge. Oh, actually that's kind of not true, because yeah, I meant to do a 3-day fast. Yeah, the first time I tried to do a 3-day fast, on the second day, on the second day, second morning, or third morning, I was like, man, yeah, it was the third morning. I grabbed that Waffle House out the fridge and I ate all that junk, which was kind of sketchy because I forgot if it's like bacteria or like enzymes in your stomach, but you gotta like build them back up for you to like digest food the right way as you were. So that's sort of true. I don't really have a best meal. I mean, yeah, I really don't have a best meal. There's some good steaks, W steaks that year, but anyways, coolest new experience, getting out of my comfort zone, going to LA to meet an online guru, Smith. I don't know about guru, that's humor. Favorite weekend, flying back from LA and celebrating Father's Day. That was just a good feeling, because I put my mom through a lot going to LA without like telling them. But like, I know I wouldn't have like the whole, like, I have my reasoning for that junk. I'm not trying to like hurt no one's feelings. I'm not trying to put my mom through stress and stuff, but like, holy crap. If my mom's Filipino, right? Immigrant, and she's like super caring about me. That's part of it. Like, I wouldn't be able to do nothing if I told them everything I wanted to do, you know? Or not even them. It's mostly her. My dad was super understanding, which kind of surprised me, but it just needed to be done. Favorite weekend, yeah. Favorite first meeting Smith. Favorite new city, Beverly Hills was cool. There's just a more frequency with like nicer, higher end cars. Like when we were at the park, it was just 991, 992, G-Wagon, a Huracan, 991, 992, 992, 991, 992, 981, G-Wagon, whatever. Like it was just baseline traffic for real. Good car spotting. Favorite new emotion? Fulfillment. For sure. Fulfillment. It's just, how do you explain it other than you are fulfilled? I mean, like, hey, it's dope. Favorite new walk would probably be my gym journey. I started that in November. I'm the heaviest I've ever been. Now, I am behind of where I could be because I wasn't consistent with bulking. And I believe, like, I'd be way stronger and I'd be putting on weight more if I was just consistently celibate. It's our energy. And I guess, like, blossoming as a young man, like, if you're constantly spilling your seed, part of your energy is being towards replenishing your stores, right? I've noticed like you just become super strong and you start gaining weight really well, and you kind of lose weight when you relapse. So yeah, favorite new friend. Well, I mean, Asher too. I forgot about Asher. Favorite tour. I guess like one of the YouTube videos where he's just spitting sauce. Favorite day, my 19th birthday. That's when I flew out. My mom was spooked. I was like leaving the house, turning 19. Most intense week. What's sad is I really don't have like an intense week. I guess making higher quality videos on the daily. Like that's a cop-out answer because I don't really have many options. Way a superior man. If you know, you know. This is I think she's like a Thai artist, but like this song, I interpret it as like leaving my old identity behind. Check out the song. It's a vibey song in my opinion. It's 007 vibes. Favorite quote: "Losers stay losers by never trying to win." Got this at the end of the year from Hormozy. I never tried, therefore I stayed a loser. It's super resonating with me. What would I do this year if I wanted to make 85-year-old me miserable? Stay addicted to porn, stay addicted to video games, don't pursue a relationship with God, don't chase goals and improve myself, stay the exact same in decay. We all have like a lot of potential, but like this, or like weed, whatever vices, you don't need many vices to like keep someone's potential from actualizing, which is, I mean, these addictions we have are considered high leverage activities to the devil from you becoming the man you're supposed to be. So because with this solved alone, with celibacy, you actually, like, if you've never, it's hard to explain, like, you actually blossom. I've had flickers, right? I've only done like a month to 5 weeks to 6 weeks max. It's a way of life. I'm not talking about like no fap. I'm talking about celibacy, relationship with God, and like my spring is saved for my wife. You know? How it should be. What would 85-year-old me wish I did more of? Get out of your comfort zone more. They result in the most impactful, or they result in the most impact as far as like growth and mindset, paradigm changes, and the best memories. Be celibate, on fire for God. Work more. Don't entertain lesser than counterfeit purposes like video games. Have more real conversation with parents and friends. Create more. Make more videos. Go outside more. Work out and eat consistently. This is like the main thing though. This is the main like foundation for this. What are things that I do to make my day go great? Plan before the day. Give a framework / task to do. Fold clothes to wear on that day, like beforehand. Have that ready. Go to bed on time. The discipline is not about like waking up super early and looking all disciplined. It's about recovering well. And the discipline is having a non-negotiable, I'm in bed by this time. And before that, a non-negotiable, I don't want blue light type deal. Wake up when the body naturally wakes up. Have discipline in things to do. Jump into the task, not random music or YouTube, whatever. Things that would make my day terribly would be a relapse. Gaming all day, not doing anything that's fulfilling, not making time for God, not working out and eating to my goals and needs, not speaking, not spending time outside, not delaying gratification. What do I think is productive that isn't? Working to work, being hardcore disciplined to look disciplined to other people. This is a bias that I learned literally yesterday from watching that Charlie Morgan video. A couple of these points are from that Charlie Morgan video. Cleaning room to avoid some important task to feel productive. Yeah, you're not slick. Going outside in some fashion to help myself, but was actually really me escaping out of work. Man, back when I was like working on that was when I was making those videos about like L-theanine, and I was going outside I think around 9:30 and started making videos at the picnic table. That's when I was working on a white label store. I didn't finish that junk obviously, but like the urges to let me go ride my bike, let me go play with the dog, let me go walk outside. A lot of those were just cop-outs, and it was the wall, and you just gotta keep pushing. Another thing is I wasn't really meditating at that time. Now, I haven't gone through a sprint. I meditated before starting this, before working on this reflection. But from everybody I hear, you just get more locked in. Like, it is just the skill, right? Meditation is the skill of my mind went over here. Let me bring my mind back to what I had it intended towards. You know? Same with reading. Maybe that's why I'm bad a reader, because I don't have a crazy baseline. I guess it's attention span is what you would call it in that sense, in that like redirecting focus sense. What is productive that I don't realize? Wait. Oh yeah, paying for DRM when I don't even join calls or work on econ. I can't say I've tried with econ. I can't say that. I can say I've been in this space since March. I've been in this space. I've been learning from some people. Have I like actually tried myself? I've built like 3 stores. None of them were complete. I didn't really make creatives, and I didn't really test if it would work. I didn't even do the full process of like, oh, you tried. I didn't. What is productive that I don't realize? Holistic health, daily documentation, daily meditation. Me being home alone and limited conversation. Right now, me speaking is super healthy for me. And it's reps. I get articulated. Well, not right now. I'm still working on building it back up, and I can surpass myself by continuing this. I need this. The social nature of like human beings, because like I've said it a couple times in a couple videos, like baseline is better when I've made videos because of the fact that I used my voice. I used words, and I'm not like strictly in here, because there was times where I didn't really go out, I didn't really speak, and I got socially awkward. Like, I understood cues, but like I still had my like awareness with cues, but like as far as executing and knowing what to get into, like conversation wise, I was like paralyzed. Making space for time with friends, making space for shutting my brain off with not as important media in the context that I've worked. It's okay. This is like the Netflix analogy with like Hormozy. That's part of recovery. You can't be on all the time. Lustful activity / idleness, that's the same thing. Regretting not doing work. I don't want to procrastinate as much. I want to eliminate these things. I don't want to experience this as much next year, or this year, 2025. What do I want more of with my time? More time on my purpose, living the life God wants me to live to become the man I'm supposed to become. Learning and implementing, being efficient and holistic, enjoying the company of others and socializing. I want to meet more people, inspire more people, impact more people positively. Ideal normal day right now, wake up with good recovery, break ketosis, which I did that. I had 4 eggs with 20 grams of Mexican cheese. No brain fog, baby. But ketosis is horrible for bulking. For some reason, having this little, like, if you have like a proper window of like I was waking up at like 4:30, 5:30, and then eating around noon, even like with 3,000 calories, man, I wasn't really gaining weight. I really wasn't. Now, also, I wasn't working out like I am now. Your boy's in the gym now, and I'm like 140, 141. I could be, my goal for the end of the year was 145, and I still believe that's possible. Looking back, if I was celibate and I was intentional with eating. Okay. So, break ketosis, get dressed. So, a lot of this is like prepped, right? The night before, you have I have clothes folded. I usually have it on my nightstand. Like, I already have like my hoodie and pajamas I'm gonna wear when I shower tonight ready over there. Meditate before work, and then start work. It's that simple. That's what I've done here. Eat oats and banana. I put oats. Now that's something I need to do overnight. Another prep thing. More taking work or learn from podcasts, taking notes. Go outside. I guess feed Oliver, which is my dog. More learning and more food. Go to the gym. More food. Chill with music. I think I'm gonna do a bit of a music fast. As far as like music. Brain FM is what's playing right now, and it helps me lock in with work. Read the Word of God and then go to bed on time, which is like 9 to 10 for right now. Because I don't have an alarm anymore. I woke up at 4 today naturally. I went to bed at 9. What conversations do I need? Another thing is, with celibacy, your sleep gets fantastic. Like, genuinely. Okay, what conversations do I need to have? Tell your parents you love them. Tell your parents their efforts are appreciated. Encourage your friends they need to actualize their potential and put down the crap. Tell the people you care about the importance of Jesus and eternity with him. What are the habits I'm committing to starting and stopping? Celibacy, working well, time for God, bulking optimally, making videos on YouTube to inspire and document. I'm following through with my initial plan though. I'm going to keep making videos and ghost uploading because I want the reps and I enjoy it and it's healthy for me. Plus it's just that documentation, and then I can lead other people to the ghost uploads. The newer people, I guess. What would have happened by the end of the next year for me to look back on the year and consider it a success? I mean, this is all achievements. I just looked back. Achieve the identity of a hard-working, God-fearing, Purposeful, holistic, which means I'm getting fulfilled. I'm healthy in all realms. Hardworking, so like diligent. And the God-fearing is important because, as I said, as I've always said actually, because I've understood this, God should be my foundation, and I can't win the battle of lust by myself. It is what it is. But I have these achievements: 10K per month, build the shop, grow the channel to 10K subs, have a closer relationship with God, parents, and friends in that order, make celibacy a lifestyle. With 1 month of no porn, your mind kind of switches, especially if like within that 1 month you've been with God and reading scripture and in Proverbs, all this stuff, right? Weigh 165, that's very achievable in my opinion, which would be what, 25 pounds from around right now. That's achievable. Like, if, okay, celibate with like actual bulking. I already have like science-based lifting. Like I'm a student of that. In a sense, I've been a student of lifting for like YouTube wise 5 years, 6 years, like around 9th grade for me, which was 2019. So yeah, 5 years. Dang. Who do I need to become for next year's chapter of life? For next year's chapter of my life story. Yeah, it's kind of worded weird. For next year's chapter of my life story to turn out the way I would write it, you have to try like you have never had before, and with God. This is intimidating for sure. Now, and after this, I have to build like the prophecy, the bridge I was talking about of connecting the starting line and the finish line, the vision to the goal of like, that is your reality. This person does this thing at this time and goes to this place and talks to these people, like just like in an ancient text. That is the prophecy. It is action that is all like mapped out. That's the prophecy. You need to make the plan. You need to program your subconscious into believing it's possible and you're capable. This is part of that self-transcendence thing that I gotta work on. You have to cut out the fat in your life and make sure you're eating the meat. Hit the non-negotiables. But it's still good to have the fun and the recovery and the going out occasionally. This is part of that holistic perspective. You need to become a God-fearing man that has blossomed in celibacy and training. Someone who is not just hardworking but hard recovering, who doesn't falter and gets what needs to be done. This is someone who acted when he's scared, did before thinking, kept what he wants to achieve as foresight, built the plan to make it impossible to lose, followed his own prophecy. Knowing what I know now, what advice would I give to myself 12 months ago? If you make the inputs non-negotiable, you make success non-negotiable. From everyone who accomplished something, quote unquote, they say it really is possible, anyone can do it. In order to hit the goal, you need to switch identities. What kind of person would have this by default? Because right now my identity isn't capable of hitting 10K a month, isn't capable of reaching their first sale, isn't capable of hitting 10K a month subscribers, because if I was, I would have already. You achieve the goals by achieving the identity that is capable of those goals, because that identity has made those goals their standard. That's why I said by default. We don't rise to our goals, we fall to our standards. That goes directly into that. Losers stay losers by never trying to win. You can only do it with God. that's practically it. I guess, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have my 250 grams of rice. Probably get brain fogged a bit, but I'm gonna be taking notes on and finish up a Hormozy video. Gotta do that, and then let's see. After that, I guess work on the prophecy, yeah. So I'm gonna wrap this up. This clip, I guess I'll add the clips after this with the notes and the prophecy building, or I can make it separate videos. You know what? I'll just make it separate videos, and I'll start editing because editing's fun. Peace out. I love you. Jesus loves you.